Hello everyone, welcome to Feering Churchyard. I'm going to say some things which will please some people and displease others, because behind me are two large cypresses. We're here at the west end of the church. If our camerawoman just pans around, you can see the tower of Feering Church. On Monday, today is Saturday the 13th, on Monday the 14th and Monday the 15th, Tuesday the 16th, these two trees are going to come down. And the reason for that, one is to really let some light into the west end of the church. Now that we've got the new organ in the church and we've opened up that west window, we want the light to come in, and it's largely blocked. Now, I have to confess, I'm not entirely happy about cutting down healthy trees, but we are going to replace them. Cypresses aren't particularly indigenous to this bit of the UK. And so we'd like to plant some trees that are. You may have some ideas. If so, let us know. But it will open up this area, which as you can see is rather dead and barren, as it tends to be under evergreens. We're thinking about what we might put here. We might have some. Try and plant some wild flowers here, woodlandy type flowers, because apart from the weeds and so on and a bit of grass, there's not much else here. But it will open up this bit of the churchyard too. So just to let you know that there will be quite a lot of noise and activity on Monday the 15th and Tuesday the 16th of August when these trees come down. To the east end of Feering Churchyard, here we are, right up against Churchgate House, and you'll see this grave, which was some years ago. These railings were quite nicely restored. They need a bit of work again, but they were nicely restored by Jeff next door. You can see there's a whopping great big sycamore that's been seeded by a bird or whatever, that's going to come out, as well as the two cypresses at the other end of the churchyard, because it's not good having a tree in this grave and also that close to either the wall, one church wall in Feering Churchyard, or Churchgate House for that matter. And if you look at the wall, you can see it's in a state which really could do with a bit of TLC. And so later on this year, probably October, this wall is going to be cleared of ivy. We're going to do that ourselves, and then we've got a specialist coming in to mend the wall. Various stones have fallen out all the way along. There's bits of brick that have been put in as a kind of stopgap, so it needs a bit of work to make sure it's okay. So that's going to cost us a few. The other big job we need to do, probably won't get done this year. We hoped it would, but we've got 4 graves here. They're called Gault brick, G-A-U-L-T, if you're interested. Victorians are very keen on this kind of white brick. These graves were built up before any children asked. There are no bodies inside. They are buried underground. It just looks as though the bodies might be there. But you can see they are in a serious state of disrepair. And in fact, if we leave them much longer, they'll get dangerous if they're not dangerous already. And all 4, and there's a further 3 over nearer the church. What needs to happen to them is they need to be completely deconstructed. This top ledger stone needs to come off, which is Portland stone, so it's a decent piece of stone. All the bricks need to come out. They need to be completely reconstructed with concrete bases. Where the headstones, the monolith headstones as they're called, have gone off the straight, they need to be made vertical again. All the ivy and the other stuff needs to be got rid of. And then they need to be constructed again and the ledger stones put on top. Those 4 up there, these 3 here which are nearer the church, you can see this nearest one has really got some work that needs doing to it. So again, all these 3 will need to have the big ledger stones taken off. One of the 4 actually needs a bit of repair done to it, which will cost a bit. And then all the bricks taken off and it reconstructed with a concrete base with metal pins. As you can see with these headstones, particularly that one in the middle, it's really gone off the straight. It needs to be made vertical, which means digging it out and sticking it back in. So those 7 graves, these 7 graves, are going to cost us, including VAT, about 10,000 quid. Which haven't got that money yet, and we're looking for places we can get grants from for it. But it's just an example of the upkeep that we need to do in an ancient churchyard. If we leave these much longer, they will get dangerous, and then we have a duty of care. And we also need to make them look decent. We don't want to make them look brand spanking new. That would be wrong. But they need to be safe, and they need to be an adornment to the churchyard. They're a striking feature. and we can't just take and get rid of them. We wouldn't be allowed to, or even take the bricks out and just put the ledger stones on the ground. We need to show that we're caring for the churchyard. So if you've got any spare pennies, that would be marvellous. But just to give you an example of the work that we have to do to ensure that the churchyard is a good place to visit and a safe place to visit.